Thanks, Chris and Al, for coming along today. This is the Australian Off-Road Living the Dream podcast series. And today we're lucky enough to be talking to Alan and Chris Stevenson, who are very experienced and been around with Australian Off-Road and been travelling off-road for many, many years. How long have you been travelling?
We bought our first Quantum in 2009.
Yeah.
We had that until 2014, where Steve had made the Aurora, and I wanted the Aurora mainly because of the time we travelled for 6 months of the year.
What do you think you've done over the years in the Australian Off-Road vans?
200,000? Yeah.
150,000 kilometres?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, that's got a bit of experience there.
That Aurora, places where we've taken that, I'm just absolutely amazed.
What's the best place you've ever travelled to?
Kalumburu and out at McGowan's,
Right.
which is up off the Gibb River Road.
Up off the Gibb River Road? Yeah. Okay. Chris, what about you, Chris?
WA is pretty spectacular.
Yeah,
Australian coast.
Yep.
And one of my favourite spots up there is one of the camping areas on Quabba Station.
Ivanhoe Crossing and Gibb River Road. What attracted you to go there in the first place?
I've been there over the last, since we've had the Australian Off-Road van, which we had our first one in 2009.
I think it was.
Yeah, which was a Quantum.
That was a Quantum out?
Yeah.
When we went over, it would have been, around about maybe 3 foot.
3 foot, yeah.
About 3 foot. Yeah. I still haven't driven it.
Oh, yeah. So you still haven't driven over? Was that you, Chris, driving the car?
Me.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Because I was using the drone.
Yeah, yeah. First of all, Chris, you did a great job of driving.
I was terrified.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? What was scared you?
I've never done it before. I was capable, and the van and the car were capable.
Yeah.
But it was something I hadn't done
Just
before. That deeper water.
Yeah.
And not really having to kind of pick where you have to.
Your reference
You
point.
could just see the little markers on the side.
Yeah.
And just keeping within those markers because the water was so high.
Yeah. No, good on you. You did a great job. So let's get back to the Ivanhoe crossing. What's there? So it's got the crossing. Is there anything else there that's worth looking at, or is it just the excitement of getting across that crossing?
Well, put it this way, you've got Lake Argyle, which is upstream from the Ivanhoe crossing, right? And you've got the main dam, which is between the Ivanhoe crossing, Lake Argyle, which you drive across when you're going into Kununurra.
Right. All that's a good four-wheel drive, off-road challenge and experience?
Well, it is because once you've been to Kununurra and you go down, you go across the Ivanhoe crossing, you then got a road that then leads from the crossing down to a place called Parry's Lagoon. They closed that beginning of next year,
right? Because
of the council has closed it because as far as they look at it, it's a floodplain.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's,
bird watching, there's a big water lagoon with bird life not far from the camping area.
Yep.
So a lot of people that are into like bird watching would go there.
Yep. From the Ivanhoe crossing all the way to Parry's, and then from there you go out onto the main highway, which would take you up to Wyndham. Wyndham's another good camping place to camp.
It's got the 3 rivers,
It's got the 3 rivers.
Or 5 rivers. 5 rivers.
Yeah.
From there you come back down, then you start the Gibb River Road.
But you hear a lot of people talk about the Gibb River Road. What's the attraction about the Gibb River Road?
It's the challenge of doing it and surviving. Your car and your van not falling apart, you know.
Is that through corrugations?
Yeah,
it's pretty rough. And there's lots of like gorges and places you can go and camp and walks and stuff like that.
So again, it's the experience of four-wheel driving.
Yes.
But some fantastic places to look at.
Yes. In nature.
Yeah, it's nature.
Just getting out for those walks.
Yep.
Swimming holes.
Okay.
There's lots of stations that you can go and camp on.
Yep.
And each one has its own unique things that you can do there.
Yeah. Chris, in terms of planning out getting there, and I'm not talking about you know, the travel and the roads and all that sort of stuff. But in terms of preparing your trailer and food and all those sorts of things, what sorts of things do you do when you, as you want to go to these sorts of venues?
Yeah, because of the setup we've got, we can kind of eat the way we would at home.
Right.
So there's not really a change to what we buy and eat.
Yep.
And every opportunity I get to top up my food, I do, because you never know where you're going to end up.
Yep.
And if you want to stay there for longer, if you haven't got enough food, you can't. I always have the fridge full. I always have the pantry drawer in the car full. Outback places, the food might be a bit more expensive. But that's part of travelling.
But that's good advice though, because some people would think they can load up and then go, but you're saying, you know, don't rely on anything, always top up.
No, just always make sure you've got enough food.
Yep.
You know, you could have a breakdown or you could be able to help somebody that hasn't got enough food.
Travelling there, which way do we go? Like, we're sitting on the Sunshine Coast, what are some of the things you're thinking about even before you leave?
Okay, knowing that we've got to get to Boulia.
Yep.
Which is the start of the Kununurra and the Plenty Highway.
Yep.
Which is going to get us across to Alice Springs.
Okay.
I wanted to cut straight across the middle.
Yep.
When we were in Boulia, the weather was all really good.
Yeah.
When we did it in the Quantum, we were halfway across and we had rain.
Yep.
We were bogged.
Yeah.
It was a mess.
So is that what you're saying about getting there, is you want to get there before the rains come in so you can get across?
As soon as you know that there was rain coming, as when we were just coming off the Kununurra and the Plenty near Alice, we heard that the rains were coming because we'd done a free camp and the guy said to us, "How long are you staying?" And I said, "Well, must be overnight." He said, "Mate, I'd be leaving here first thing in the morning because the rains are coming and if you're here, you're not going to get out."
So that's the Sunshine Coast straight to Boulia?
Yep.
And then you try to read what's going on in Boulia through information?
You've got your apps, you've got your traffic apps, you've got your weather apps, and we always check them, check the road conditions.
So collecting all that information.
Yeah.
And then deciding when you're going to travel. And so from Boulia you wanted to get to where? Alice?
Alice.
Straight to Alice.
Yep, straight across to Alice.
Yep.
We were going to do the East Kimberleys.
Right.
But because the rain was coming, we had to hightail it, forget about that, hightail it to Alice.
Okay.
We stayed in a caravan park in the middle of Alice Springs. We were there for the 3 days. After the first day we got around about 2 days of rain.
Right, so your decision was a good one.
Yeah.
From there we were supposed to do the Tanamai up to Halls Creek, Wolf Creek, Halls Creek, but with the rain that had happened, the road was a flood.
Right.
So we decided to go up to Catherine, and then from Catherine we then went across to Timber Creek, Lake Argyle. Then we got to Lake Argyle, which is absolutely beautiful.
Right. What's there? Tell us a bit about it.
Massive dam.
Yep.
When we went there first time in 1977.
Right.
There was
you must have been 5.
Oh yes, it was.
we had a Franklin caravan.
Oh, did you?
16-foot Franklin, short wheelbase cruiser. And the resort which was there is still there, exactly the same.
Yeah.
And you can do like tours out onto the dam for like sunset and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting place, helicopter flights over the lake.
Right.
So depending how much water's coming out of the dam, that's
depends how much water goes
whether you can do the crossing or not.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're there. Where to next? What are we?
Next place we go to is Kununurra.
Kununurra. Yep.
Kununurra, restock.
Yep.
Restock, start to get some more food. We've filled up with water at Lake Argyle.
Yep. Always top up your water.
Always keep your water topped up.
Yep.
I filled the front tank, the back tank, so I've got 280 litres of water.
Yep.
Front tank runs out, start the hunt water.
Especially if you know the water's nice there.
Yeah.
From there, you're virtually heading Ivanhoe Crossing, if you can get across the Ivanhoe Crossing,
Right.
up to Wyndham.
Yep.
Once you get into Wyndham, there's a nice little caravan park there. You've got the 5 ways,
Yep.
5 rivers
Yep.
that you can go up and have a look at.
Really good lookout
Yep.
when you're going to.
Good little supermarket there to be able to
The food.
to top up the food,
Yep.
because Wyndham is really your last place
Yep.
to where you're going to get any
And
sort
fuel,
of
and
fuel.
make sure you're all
Yeah.
watered up,
Yeah.
fueled up.
So Wyndham, you head back down to head across on the Gibb River Road.
How long is the Gibb River Road?
It's about 800 km.
Yeah, I was going to say
Is it?
700,
And you
800.
did the whole lot?
Yes, that depends if you go from Wyndham straight across to Derby,
Yep.
or if you go as what we did, the Pentecost,
Yeah.
which is the beginning of the Gibb River Road as far
One
as
of
the
those
crossing.
crossings on
Yeah.
the video.
Yeah.
Once you get to the Pentecost,
Yeah.
right, when you get to the Pentecost, if you want to do camping,
Yeah, you can free camp on the
you can free
Pentecost.
camp on the
Great.
actual river.
Oh, really?
So good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you
Really
get
good.
to where the Pentecost River is, to where you're going to cross it, you turn right, and there's all camping.
Yeah.
Fantastic
On the river.
camping.
Yep.
We spent about a week
Yep.
there.
Yeah.
So what you're saying then, the Gibb River Road is very much about the challenge of doing it.
It's a challenge, you know, like you look at it when we did it in 2010
Yep.
with the Quantum, that road, that was a shocker.
Was it?
You were hunting the graders.
The track's off.
Right.
You know, to get to different places can be a bit
Yeah.
more of a challenge.
Yeah. Yeah. So Chris, as you go down the Gibb River, there's different things you can do off of it. to
Yeah,
go
well, there's
have a look at.
national parks you can go into,
Yeah.
you can camp at. There's stations that you can go onto
Yep.
and camp there. There's free camps
Yep.
along the way
Yep.
as well.
Yep.
So,
And did you go off and camp in those different places, or did you just
Yeah.
do it all in one?
no, we took 5 weeks.
We were
didn't
out there for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
You speak to some people and they do it in 3 days.
That's not the way we like to do it.
No,
We like
no.
to stay in a place for a few days
Yep.
and just take our time, take it all in.
So going down the Gibb River Road, what are some of the places that you stopped? Where did you stop as you were going down there?
We had
Camps on
Ellensbrae first.
Rivers.
Yep.
And then Ellensbrae that Al just mentioned,
Yep.
that's a station.
Right.
Good
You
scones.
can camp there.
Good
They have
scones.
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 Yeah.
Oh.
Some of the places are renowned for different things.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Ellenbrae,
I'm sure we'll have some
scones.
scone lovers listening to this.
Yeah, it's the scones.
So we got those. Where else? Where else did you stay?
National Park.
National parks, but from Ellensbrae, you virtually head along as if you're heading towards Derby,
Yeah.
and then you'll get a turn off to the right,
Yeah.
which will take you up to Drysdale Station,
Oh yeah.
King Edward,
Yep.
Kalumburu,
Are they all different stations out or different sites?
just different sites. Well, like Drysdale Station, that's where you're going to get your next lot of fuel.
That's a station.
Right.
And you can camp
Oh, well, that's
there.
pretty. That's good to get across.
They've got a
Yeah.
little restaurant, little cafe, and
Yep.
you can have a meal there if you want, if you
Yep.
want a night off.
Yep.
From there,
King Edward.
King Edward,
Right.
that's where on the video
So-
to where you're sort of seeing just a car just sort of really close coming across a river.
Yeah.
It's either a national park or
That
a
there-
Aboriginal land or something.
Takes you out to Mitchell Falls.
Right.
Right, now we never went to Mitchell Falls this time because we did it in 11. From what we were told, the road was pretty bad.
Right.
So we
Kevin
made a call.
and Deb, they'd done the water from the boat from Darwin down to Broome, and they flew in to
Right.
Mitchell Falls with a
Yeah,
helicopter,
so
so
they were fine
they didn't
with not
really want to
going.
Yeah.
go in there.
Yep. Yep.
But you camp at.
But that still gives people an idea. That's
Oh, exactly.
You can get there through that. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'll say to everybody, like when we did it in the Quantum, we had a couple of bush trackers go past,
Yeah.
and they reckon there's no way in the world we get those Quantums into Mitchell Falls.
Yeah.
We were travelling with some friends, and Richard sort of said to me, he said, "What do you reckon?" I said, "Well, Richard, we start to head in there. If the road's too bad, we turn around and we bring the vans back,
Yep.
and then just drive in." We carved the vans all the way in there,
Okay.
and
That
there was no damage.
Colossians, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you didn't go to Mitchell Falls. Where to next?
So when we were staying at King Edward, There's different walks around there to where you can go, and there's a lot of Aboriginal paintings.
Yep.
From there we left King Edward and we started to head up towards Kalumburu. We found a good camping spot on a river, the Carson River, which was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I just love just pulling up beside a creek or a dam or just a watercourse of any description, and just, you know, setting up your chair and making a cup of tea and just sitting down and just taking it all in.
Yeah.
You're always very wary when you're near these crossings, right?
Yeah.
Because crocodiles. But that bit doesn't really worry.
Yeah.
And when we first got there, we had a heap of Aboriginal kids which had come from Derby.
That's right.
And they were like on a camp.
Yeah.
A camp where it had taken something like about 7 years to organise this thing, to where they had people taking them out to learn them, to teach them how to drive.
And to get their hours up so they could get their licence. So they planned this big trip and the boys drove.
And Kalumburu's got, there's an old mission there. It is an Aboriginal settlement. And that is another place to where there's a pretty good supermarket. So you've got a good selection of food and everything else before you start to head up to McGowan's. We find that McGowan's is best out of McGowan's and Honeymoon Bay.
Right.
Honeymoon Bay is further on. Road isn't too crash hot. But at McGowan's, just where you're camping, it's right on the river. And we spent a week there. Spent a week there, and
so that's camping right on the ocean.
Yeah, we had a really good spot. There's camping, like you can be further back if you get there at the wrong time and there's no spot at the front. You're a bit further back.
And is that free camping, or do you have to pay
a property? I think it's Aboriginal leased land or something, and there's a caretaker there.
Well, a lot of people who go there, they've got boats. So they put their boats in and they go out fishing. Again, you've always got a croc who's sort of always hanging around watching. Be very careful at night not to go for a stroll along the beach. We had the flashlights out and we saw a croc starting to come in. And it was as if he had an outboard motor. He was absolutely flying.
But in that area, you always ask when you go there to any place, you kind of go, are there any crocs?
So this is all travelling down the Gibb River.
Yeah, we've kind of left the Gibb River and we've headed up on the Kalumburu Road to Kalumburu. There's one way up and one way back down.
What about mistakes and things that you do different if you next time you do it? Is there anything you did that you went, gee, if I did it next time I'd do this? Is there anything that people should be thinking about? What did you do different this time than what you did last time you went up that way?
15 years prior, we had no idea where we were going. No idea. Didn't know about the road. All we heard was that the road was bad, congregations and everything else. This time I was heading there thinking about the corrugations and everything else. But the road itself, it was good. It was really good. Going off to the different stations.
We weren't aware of the free camping that you could do the first time we did it, or whether it just wasn't well known, or so we were kind of limited to just staying on stations and national parks.
So when you're heading up to Drysdale, you've got the Gibb River camp.
When you leave the Gibb River Road and you start heading up to Kalumburu, you only go about 20 k's, and you've got the crossing of the Gibb River, the actual Gibb River, and you can camp on that.
That's brilliant.
We didn't do that last time. We didn't even know. But this time there's all people camping, and you go, hey, this looks great.
So the other thing is that when you're travelling, listen to people. Right. But if you want to go somewhere, and someone sort of says, oh, you're wasting your time going there, don't listen. Don't listen. Well, it's a hard one, because you have to go and have a look for yourself to see if it's worth it or not. When Christine and I did in 77, we were heading to Wyndham. Yeah, we were heading to Wyndham. We weren't doing the Gibb River Road.
No, we didn't even know about the Gibb River Road.
Right.
We were in our early 20s. We had no idea.
And when we were heading towards Wyndham, everybody was saying, go to Wyndham, don't go to Derby. If you've got a destination to where you want to go, if it gets bad, well, okay, turn around.
Yeah.
Go back.
Yeah.
Listen and talk and then do it and then think about, you can do it differently next time. What was your favourite memory of the first trip?
We left Boolyah, we'd been to the police station to make sure the road was open.
Yeah.
We had rain, we'd been in Birdsville. And he came out, looked at the rigs and said, yep, you'll be right.
There's a few of them.
We got halfway across and we came across this section which was just mud.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, yeah, okay then. Just take it easy, go through. Got halfway through and I just got on the radio, I said, we're down. When you do go across the Ivanhoe crossing, when we get to the other side, if you look on the right-hand side, that was where we camped in 2010.
And that's something that's changed. You can't camp there anymore.
Oh, okay.
No, there's no camping. So that's what we find when we revisit somewhere we've been before. That it's not always the same.
And what advice would you give people travelling to those areas?
Just do your research.
Do your research.
Check your road reports. Check your apps for your camping.
Yep.
We're on board mapping. We use HEMA.
Yep.
HEMA Navigator.
Yeah, have a good navigation system.
Because there's been times where we haven't had a clue where we are, but we've been able
Not on that trip, but on another trip I can remember we were just driving down these tracks, and if you didn't have a navigation system, like a good one,
you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know where you were.
Yeah, right.
Let your tyres down.
Yep.
Let your tyres down. If you're doing corrugations and rough roads, let your tyres down. We do not have a lot of tyre problems.
Yeah.
We do not have a lot of
I can't remember when we last had a flat tyre. Yeah. Plus we've got tyre monitors.
Yeah.
So we get that warning beforehand. So tyre monitors are a good thing to have.
Mm.
You can see the passion that both of you have got in terms of your travels off road.
Oh,
you really...
We're not carrying.
No, but you can just see that you've loved the trips, you've loved the experiences. So, look, we really thank you for coming in and talking to us today. Mm. We'd love to get you back to talk about some of your other trips.
The Gibb River. Well, we're only halfway across the Gibb River.
Yeah. So that's the reason why you buy these vans, is because you're completely self-sufficient.
Yep.
You can go out there, you know that the van's is capable.
Unless you do stupid things.
Of doing it, and there's X amount of brands out there, but there's only so many that can really
handle the really rough stuff.
Right. Thank you very much.